What the fuck is... Oh, yeah, there it is. Unbelievable. I had it in. I switched the setup. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. So this has to go over here now. Alright. Let me know if you guys are still on and can hear me. Unbelievable. Alright, so there's a video capture over on the left. Which... Wow. That's crazy, dude. So hold on. I can't believe I was talking that entire time to nobody. 1 second. So audio. Hello, hello, okay. Mic auxiliary audio. Okay, that's connected. So I wonder if I should do my desktop one, or if I even need that. I guess if I'm speaking always on stream on this, I don't need my desktop audio to be heard. Everything's picked up through my mic. Video capture. I don't know if that... I don't know if I have to do something for my video capture. Let's see. Audio. Phil, could you hear the game going? Like, could you hear like the crowd? During my game, or no? There's a little bit of delay in response. We'll see what Phil says. Or if anybody else wants to respond to, let me know if you heard the... Couldn't at first. But you could after that, though? When did you start being able to hear it? Like mid-game or something? Because I might have to still figure that out. So I was basically letting you guys know when no one could hear me that I got a new LAN cable because the other one was fried, and that's why everything was disconnected, because of the heat on my PlayStation. So I also moved my PlayStation, which meant moving everything. Yeah, I knew that, but I'm saying in the game, you couldn't even hear nothing. You could just see, you couldn't hear the crowd. Because I have it on esports, so you guys should have been able... Commentary will be unavailable. You should have been able to hear, like, the crowd. Could you hear anything on, like, from the stream, like the crowd, the game sounds, anything? Damn, so how do I fix this part? Okay, so video capture. Let me see this. Maybe like capture box. I wonder what I have to do here for that. Let's go into another game and see if now that I'm in the right area. So I literally just had to switch sides, which now this is actually a little better anyway. No, I know that, but I'm saying the last game you couldn't hear the game at all, huh? I didn't really change anything. Let's go into 1 versus AI. But I like that little setup they did there, and I'm going to try it here. I like that little setup. So when I was in FC at the very beginning, I'll just summarize what I was basically saying, which is their entire iteration of their game is based on community feedback fixes. I mean, they fixed everything. And how do I know they're telling the truth? Because they had a tremendously huge crash in FC25, and they can't afford to do that again because they already lost a ton of players through screwing up in FC25. Therefore, that's a 6 stadium, by the way. Therefore, we know tacklebacks are gone. We know they added a secondary mode for lower level players that are getting whooped in champs called challengers, so they can play in that every weekend and work their way up to champs. We know that they have now an ultra-realistic mode for career modes, which could be so much fun, even though I wish the ultra-realistic mode was for champs. But if it's good enough, you never know. It could be. It might be a test this year. So they have 2 different versions of gameplay. The Rivals, Champs, and all that more arcade version, and then the ultra-realistic mode. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. They advanced Rush. You can now be the keeper and create like a club team of 4 players. Now they have more stuff in pro clubs. So like me, Phil, Boomfa, 11 of us can go create a club team, and literally we each control a player who we keep advancing. And you can have different builds, a center back build, a striker build. I mean, eFootball, you need to come out with some huge updates regarding eFootball 26. If you don't, you will lose players. Period. They're cooking. EA Sports is cooking. So if Konami doesn't answer with something, this game will turn into a joke. It can't just be, well, we got Rooney and Zidane coming. Guess what? They're already icons in FC, dude. That's nothing. Oh, hey, we got more modes, more players coming for you to give us your money. How about any new modes? There's supposedly one big mode coming. We'll see what it is. But, like, eFootball needs to literally... I mean, already in that trailer, that's just the initial trailer. We know that tacklebacks are gone. We know that they slowed the game down to make it more realistic, to get rid of the arcade-style gameplay. Right? We know that the passing, shooting, everything's been changed. Everything. They totally overhauled. Now, the 2 biggest things in there that Konami's hoping they failed at, because they didn't mention, the servers and the engine. How will it respond? Because those 2 things have been creating laggy, delay gameplay over there. And no matter how good the game is, like we always say, if those 2 things still aren't addressed, no matter how good the game is, it's going to be that laggy nonsense every so often. Like, it's hard. You'll have a great game, a great week, then a terrible game. Then it might be 1 good game, 1 bad game, 2 bad games, 3 bad games, then a good game or 2, then a bad game. Like, so that's the big thing that Konami's hoping EA Sports failed on, because right now, I don't know what Konami's going to tell us about eFootball 26, but they got to come out with something huge. Now you guys know why I'm always talking, right, about all the changes that can make these games better, because when you make your voices heard, that's what eventually happens. You're talking about EA Sports, the most successful development company in gaming. They make all different games. They are notorious for ignoring their player base, and finally they even had to listen, because everyone finally spoke up over there after it took years. But that's what I'm trying to say over here at eFootball. That's what I was trying to say with UFL. The players are whose money they need. Therefore we have power, but people have to speak up. No content creators kissing their ass so they can stay on the good side of the developers. No kissing ass so the player base that follows you will keep clicking and watching and playing the game and being scared of losing a follower so you don't tell the truth. Speaking up. eFootball, you need more modes. You need better rewards. You need to make your top players more affordable so players who grind the game but don't have $1 trillion to spend can still be rewarded, because some of your best players can't even get the very best players in the game, which holds them back. When they get to the very, very top levels, it's BS. You got enough money to give us a better game. Get rid of Smart Assist. Get rid of all the AI control. Let us players play football. Stop catering to these rats. Yeah. Alright, so here's what I was looking at here. So the way that was lined up was like this. And then they had double. So Dan Burn would actually go to the bench. And then they had like this. Okay. Center back. Center back. Okay. Now. Hold on. Alright, now watch this. Boom. So Declan there, so it's a 5 back. Okay, now watch this. So we have a 5 back there. But then we have Seedorf as a box-to-box CMF. You understand where I'm going with this? You guys see it yet? Center forward. Hold on. Pele is a deep lying forward though. Hold on, let me. So we have the 5 back there. AMF. AMF, AMF. And what I could even do though, dude. Yeah, because Seedorf is still kind of that connector. Let's see how this looks, guys. Now look, now here's what you do individual instructions. Deep line on Beckenbauer. Deep line on Declan. Okay, so they both turn to center backs. See what I'm saying there? Defensive Beckenbauer. Defensive Rice. Okay, so now Seedorf's free to run everywhere. But I could even go deep line and then have like Bellingham come here and then an attacking minded player here. You guys see where I'm going with that? Konami is trying to use free-to-play narrative to keep putting out subpar modes. No kind of. I know, I agree. So hold on, I saw Inception review that. He's going to give out. And then we can't see what you're doing. It's frozen on the game menu. No way, bro. Are you serious right now? It's frozen on the game menu. You haven't been able to see this whole thing? Hold on. God damn it. How the fuck did that happen? Never had that happen before. I don't even know what to do about that. I have no idea what to do besides restart. Let me restart everything, guys, and I'll jump back on stream. Sorry about that. Give me 2 seconds. Pay it to, and then